It is time to go racing, folks. As they take to the grid, it's going to be Giancarlo and Harry on the front row, Nick Sorensen and Yuho on the second row, Avery and Scott Nalawi on the third row, Chris Perry and Killer V on the fourth row, Ray Bartanowski and Maximilian Gunther on rounding out the top 10. Then Jason Wahlberg and Mike Dalling 11th and 12th. 13th is Gregorio. Ronnie is 14th. McMullet McCready 15th. Adam Barker 16th. Dylan Steinbach 17th. And Matt Zepka 18th. Ryan Snyder 19th. Martin Johnson in 20th. 21st and 22nd is Paul Doling. 23rd, Matthew Allen. Mike Marshall 24th. That is the starting grid for today. Wow, David, based on what we saw in practice with those two Audis up in the top 5, I've got to think that the Audis might have something for him today. Giancarlo obviously fast in that Lambo, but something tells me something about those Audis really is going to shine here today. You've got an Audi starting 2nd, 5th. The next two back are in 15th and 16th. But the Ferraris nowhere near as fast. Only one Ferrari in the top 10. And in fact, Audis are the only vehicle that has two cars in the top 5. We might see the Mercedes, that's Gregorio Caridi, starting in 13th, but with these long straightaways, that power advantage is definitely going to help him. All right, everybody starting to roll. Looked like even the pace car was having problems getting the car rolling. Looked like the pace car driver might have got on the gas a little bit too hard. I think the Audis have the best balance of power and handling for this track, and that's what makes me think that we're going to see Audis come out on top as far as manufacturers today. Porsche's obviously more nimble, but only a couple spots on the track where that being that nimble comes into play. Pace car is off. They are down and away. Green flag in the air. And Giancarlo way out front early. He got a good jump on the field as they go through 1 and 2. Watching the field as they come through here. Everybody seems to make it through here clean on the first lap. Back up front, Giancarlo out front. Harry right there with him though. Yuho up to 3rd now. We saw Yuho make some charges late in the late in the last season. He made some awesome charges, and now already up to 2nd. We've got cars going off track. Let's see what happened. First lap chaos. Ronnie a little bit wide there. Gets a tap from Adam Barker. And it looks like McCready got caught in that as well. McCready got into that one head on, so there's two of the Audis already pointed towards the wrong, headed the wrong way. Ronnie just now getting back out on track after getting out of the sand pit, but he has made some amazing recoveries here lately from early race incidents or even late race incidents. So first lap on a road course, always a little tricky. Everybody's starting to sort out single file through the top 10. The Mercedes currently in 13th. Adam Barker, McMullet McCready now back to 18th and 19th after that incident, and Ronnie is in 21st in the Ford after that incident as well. Took him a while to recover. Yuho making a pass for 2nd. Down into turn 1, it looks like Yuho has the advantage. Inside line through 1 and 2. He gets it. Harry manages to slide in front of Nick Sorensen for 3rd. And now Harry's looking to try and get that position back. On the outside, he's got the... Oh, he overcooked it into the turn. He is around. Now, Yuho into second. Sorensen in third. Avery Walker is fourth. And Scott Nalawi is fifth. Harry was so fast in practice. Looking to see where he ends up. He got back out on track. Currently back there with in 18th place with McCready. Adam Barker has started to recover a little bit. He is up to 16th. Three of the Audis have problems early and go to the back. The fourth Audi currently in fourth place. Matthew Allen had an issue. He briefly went off track. He seems to have recovered already, though. And Giancarlo, as we saw last week, opening up an early lead. He already has a 2.5 second lead after just a couple of laps. Yuho now back to third as Sorensen slipped by in the Ferrari. And the balance, Harry has another incident. Harry was so fast in practice and qualifying, and oh, he went around there pushing the car, trying to get the car back up to speed. He gets back on track, but not the way he wanted his day to go early on, having difficulty. Giancarlo just turned the fastest lap of the race and the first lap to go under 150. Everybody else running 150.151 or 151, 152s. He just ran a 150.7. Sorensen in second ran a 151.51. So 0.8 of a second faster is Giancarlo right now. And another note, reminder, Avery Walker is for the first time using VR in this race, so that could come into play later on. He said the sensation of speed is a lot higher, his braking points are different, and he's not nearly as confident yet. We'll see how it goes, although he's doing rather well. Biggest mover so far is the 8 car. He is now up into 14th after starting 21st. Dylan Steinbach started 17th and up to 13th, excuse me. And Mike Zepka, who started in 18th, is now up to 15th. Most drivers 1 or 2 spots different. Matthew Allen's another one coming forward. He started in 23rd. He is up to 19th. Several drivers obviously losing a lot of ground. Harry, who started in 2nd place, now back in 18th, trying to recover here. Ronnie started in 14th, now back to 20th. Last time by, Giancarlo turned an even faster lap, 150.45. We'll pop up and you guys can see their fast lap times and just see how big of a gap they're getting. Although Sorensen cleared the 150, actually last time by, Yuho and Sorensen identical times, 150.67. So the track is starting to get some grip laid down. Everybody starting to get down into the 150s now. But as they get faster, so does Giancarlo. Let's check the track temps real quick and see. Track temperature now up to 82 degrees, so that's coming up. Humidity has dropped 1%. Still have a bit of a haze on the track. And the big battle seems to be from about 5th to 10th, starting with Scott Malawi, then Killer V, Ray Bartanowski, Maximilian Gunther, Chris Perry, and Mike Dolling, as well as Jason Wahlberg in the mix there. And actually, Gregorio Caridi and Dylan Steinbach actually starting to gain a little bit of ground. Noticing that Gregorio picks up a lot of ground on the straightaway. The Mercedes power is just so much better. Smart move by Dylan, just staying in his draft, at least on the straightaways. Matthew Allen just had an incident. Through the tight technical section at the end of the track, just too much wheel in it going through there and goes around. Let's see if we can hop into the, let's see if we've got an in-car camera in the Mercedes, and you can hear don't hear that low rumble as well in the car as you do right outside of it. It definitely has the meanest grunt of any car in the field. Back up front, Giancarlo continues to open up his lead, now 3.2 seconds over Sorensen. Sorensen has opened a gap on Yuho now of over a second. Yuho has a little over about 1.5 seconds on Avery Walker. Yeah, the temperature in the track will cause some sliding, and in fact, there's a couple of spots on this track that, for whatever reason, are exceedingly slick. And the hotter it gets, as I found in testing yesterday, the hotter it gets out here, the slicker it gets. Coming through this section, we'll show it when they come back around. There is a section after a couple of turns mid-track that really is exceedingly slick. Coming right through here as you get on the power, right in this, especially on that straightaway, right where Avery is, it is extremely slick getting on the power. And you have to be extremely careful as well, as Avery takes that corner a little bit wide. Looks like McCready had an incident. You can see the damage from the initial incident. He gets a little wide through the turn and just gets enough of the grass to send the car around. Ronnie had to get evasive to avoid that. Great reaction, but obviously setting Ronnie back after the earlier incident. And the Audis, I expected those Audis to be really dominant, but obviously issues early. Avery Walker, currently the highest running Audi, in 4th place. But of all the car makes, really none of them are coming out to show anything dominant. Mike Dolling in the Ferrari, he has actually picked up a couple spots and cracked the top 10 now. And the highest running Porsche is Killer V in 5th place. And this battle for 5th on back is really starting to heat up. 6th and 7th place, Scott Malawi and Ray Bartanowski, Maximilian Gunther, Chris Perry, and Mike Dolling starting to come into the picture. He is about 4 seconds back and gaining. we might see him up in this battle in the next couple of laps. Maximilian all over the back bumper of Ray Bartnowski. Now looking to the inside for 7th place. He gets the run. The Porsche so much more nimble, but on power, that BMW gets a better run off the turn. Couldn't quite get to him yet. BMW has a little bit more power than the Porsche and has the advantage on the straightaway, but that Porsche staying in the slipstream. He goes a little bit wide there. He's trying to stay in that slipstream and then take advantage through the tighter sections of the track. Ryan Snyder just had an issue, as did Scott Malawi. Just a little bit off track. Fortunate to have a little bit of road there to help straighten the car out. Let's see what happened to Scott as well. Getting a little wide into the grass there. Giancarlo, again, just continues to march away. He is consistently running in the 150s. Everybody else consistently running in the 151s. Yuho in third had a 1 second lead over Avery Walker just a couple of laps ago. It was 1.5 seconds. It is now down to half a second. It looks like the that Audi driver has adjusted to the VR rather well, as he has closed that gap down now to half a second. And these front four have a 4 second gap over 5th place, their Killer V in the Porsche. And you can see lap cars already coming into play. Harry had another issue. Harry's so fast in practice and qualifying. Same spot his last issue happened in. Great job getting off track and making sure he didn't impact the other drivers, but a bit of a heartbreak as we've got a lap car goes off the track. Ryan Snyder there in the pink car just went off track. Avery trying to gain a little bit of ground. Yuho actually pulled away from him on the last lap. This battle, though, continuing to go on. These guys have not let each other out of their sight. It is 1.5 seconds from 5th to 8th place. All of them still in the car in front of them, slipstream. At any point in time, this could all change, and they get extremely close in the corner. You can see the BMW of Ray Bartnowski gets right to the back bumper of the Lambo in front of him. That Lambo gets off the corner just a little bit better. Bit of a surprise. Jason Wahlberg had an issue. Just got sent in, got on the brakes a little too hard. Car goes around. Great job, all those cars right behind him. Great job getting out of the way and not causing any problems there. Let's take part of a lap around in Maximilian's car. In the Porsche, down into turns 1 and 2. And you can see how the differences between the cars as they go through the corners. You can see the Porsche does not have the same power up off the turns. But it is way faster in the turns. corner entry is way better. He is managing to stay in Ray's slipstream right now. .14-turn track, not and only a couple of really technical turns in there, or technical sections. Definitely does not lend itself to the Porsche's nimble maneuverability. But when they get into those tight sections, the Porsche right there with them. And it's worth noting, Killer V is up there in a Porsche as well, holding these guys, holding his own with these guys. So these Porsches are finding ways to make it work here tonight. Oh my goodness. Almost got the back bumper of Ray there. And it looks like Matt Zepka had an issue as well. See if we can see what happened to Matt. Oh, through the final turn, just gets a little off track here. Dives to the inside, did not cause a problem, and I do believe he took a toe to pit road. I'm guessing he had some issues that we didn't see there, and possibly hit something as he went off track. Matt started in 18th. He came up through the field rather quickly last week until incidents occurred, but he was starting to work his way forward. Obviously, a lot of chaos last week. First race with a lot of new drivers in the field. And Giancarlo continues to open up his lead, 4.3 seconds over Nick Sorensen. Sorensen has a 2-second lead over Yuho in third. Yuho and Avery Walker continue to just battle it out back and forth. Avery will get within a half a second. Yuho will pull away again just a little bit. A lot of back and forth here. And this battle fit through about 9th place, and it's heating up. Scott Nalawi looking to the high side, couldn't get it. Maybe he's setting up for a run off the turn. Looks like he just got a little too deep in there. And it looks like due to Scott's off track, he does have a little damage to the front splitter. As he dives it down to the inside, now he has the advantage with the runoff to set up for the next section, but that Porsche is to the inside. No, he clears him coming through the final section, and Killer V almost got the back bumper. Great save there, and there you go. Scott Nalawi makes the pass back up into 5th place. Killer V back to 6th, Ray Bartnowski 7th, Maximilian Gunther 8th. And Mike Dolling has managed to work his way up into 9th. He got past Adam Barker a few laps ago and now continues to work for it as Harry's day continues to go from bad to worse. Going down the hill into the final section of the track and just goes around. I've got to wonder if he had something in that setup that made him, he tried to loosen the back end of the car up and maybe went a little bit too far with it. Matthew Allen also just had an incident. Just got a little bit off track, couldn't keep it going the right way, and there you have it. He gets in the grass and dirt. Goes around, he manages to recover and keep going. And we are 8 minutes from everybody being within their pit window. Maximilian in 8th. Mike Dolling in 9th place is 7.1 seconds back from this battle, the 5th through 8th place battle. Ronnie had an off track. Ronnie has had, looks like an incident bigger than just an off track. Let's see what happened to Ronnie. Oh, it looks like it might have just been a bit of a glitch there. No, he goes around. The car just snaps loose on him. Looks like a lot of these guys might have moved that brake bias way back for this track to get a little bit better turn in. And here we go. Maximilian Gunther going for 7th place on Ray Bartnowski to the inside through 1 and 2. Can't get there yet. We've seen Maximilian looking for that pass more than once. And Scott, after Scott got past Killer V, he has already started to open up a bit of a gap. Now 0.8 of a second. And here comes Maximilian Gunther again to the inside. Oh, I think they touched. Let's try and get a closer view on this. Hard braking into the turn. Maximilian dove it in there and just barely clipped him, but it was just enough. You could see the damage on the right rear there. Just a little bit of a knock, a small amount of body damage, but enough that it turned him a little bit, and Maximilian had been working to make that pass for several laps. Finally gets by, although probably not the way he intended. Oh! Now he gets loose. Manages to save the car. I do believe Maximilian just pulled over. He did not want to take that pass that way. And awesome sportsmanship. We've seen this week in and week out with this league. These guys, just a ton of good sportsmanship, and that is an amazing amazing move by Maximilian to let Ray Bartnowski back by after that incident. Now Killer V up here battling with Scott Nalawi in 5th and 6th place. Scott in the Lambo, Killer V in the Porsche. We've seen it throughout the race. The Porsches really have to set up their moves. Avery Walker in the top running Audi, currently running in 4th. He is actually starting to lose ground on Yuho again. Now 1.7 seconds back. Meanwhile, Giancarlo just hit 7 seconds on his lead and now coming into lap traffic. As I believe that is Paul Doling that is right in front of him. Paul currently in 17th place, about to go 1 lap down. What an another impressive drive by Giancarlo. 13 laps into the race, just under halfway, and already has lapped several cars. A few guys that had issues early on, as Ray Bartnowski is going to pit road. No, Ray had an issue. Let's see what happened. Oh, Ray caught a little bit of the grass, getting on the gas, spun into the infield, and hit the inside fence. Ray Bartnowski had been running in the top 10, top 8 all morning long, and now is going to go way back. Bit of a heartbreak there for him. As they run, coming to pit stop, should start seeing pit stops here in a few minutes. They run with Giancarlo out front. He's got a 6-second lead. Nick Sorensen starting to chop away at that lead. Then in 3rd place, Yuho is currently 1.2 seconds back from Nick Sorensen. Avery Walker in 4th, now 2.5 seconds back. Scott Nalawi in 5th. And he's got Killer V right all over the back bumper. Maximilian Gunther is in 7th now. Mike Dulling has made his way up to 8th and is actually closing on 7th place Maximilian. Remember, not that long ago, Mike was 4 or 5 seconds out of that group, out of that pack. He has now closed that down to right at 2 seconds. So he is slowly making his way forward. Adam Barker, who had an issue earlier, is now up to 9th place in that Audi. The Audis might be starting to make a little bit of a comeback here. And 10th place, Gregorio Caridi in the Mercedes. And of course the A car, he is up to 11th now after starting in 21st. Dylan Steinbach in 12th, Jason Wahlberg in 13th, McMullet McCready in 14th. Apparently mullet power not helping a whole lot today, but actually he's starting to make that his way forward as well after his earlier incident. You see the damage still on the front end. Couple of incidents early on, but he is now making his way back up. 15th place is Ronnie, the lone Ford in the field. Paul Dolan currently in 16th, Ryan Snyder in 17th, Matthew Allen 18th, Bartnowski still on pit road in 19th, Harry is out, looks like Matt Zepka, Chris Perry, Martin Johnson, and Mike Marshall now all out. And now let's take a look at some data here real quick. There we go. All right. Looking from Giancarlo to Sorensen. You see, Giancarlo's been faster every lap, and then lap 14, Sorensen just laid down and regained about a second. That's when he had closed that gap down to right at 6 seconds, but Giancarlo has picked it back up. Now the lead is at 7 seconds. And I'm just wondering if well, it does not appear that even with the tires starting to wear in, the track starting to heat up, it doesn't appear that Giancarlo is losing any time at all. Although it seems that Nick Sorensen is starting to pick up a little bit of speed there. Although you see Yuho gaining on him a lot. Yuho's been gaining on him 4 of the last 5 laps and now is right in the mirror. Avery Walker, currently in 4th place, trying to gain on Yuho, has been consistently losing a little bit of ground here. And Scott Nalawi has continued to make his way forward. He has closed the gap on Avery down to, looks like 7 seconds. So he's starting to make his way forward as well. And now we should start seeing some pit stops just past the halfway mark. I know some of these guys are going to stretch it as long as they can, take as little fuel as possible. Giancarlo currently in the lead, 6.5 seconds. He can make a fuel stop and not lose a ton of ground here. But he does need a perfect pit stop here today to continue to extend his lead. Everybody behind him has got to be hoping he makes a mistake going to pit road. He does not duck to pit road this time. Little wiggle out of the back end. I'm looking through the field to see. We have not seen anybody come to pit road this lap. I spoke too soon. Killer V comes to pit road. He will be the first to make a green flag pit stop here. Remember, single pit stop is all they need for fuel. Everybody can go the distance from here. I'm not seeing anybody who is short pitted. Nobody, unlikely to see anybody take tires. I'm not going to say nobody will, but it's very unlikely we will see anybody take tires here. Yeah, a running joke that the mullet gives you an extra 7 horsepower. Although he's currently in 14th, and while he's flying around the track quite rapidly, actually he's going to, Killer V just came out of pit road, just ahead of McMullet, well, about 12 seconds ahead. So Killer V now back out in 13th, the first car to complete green flag pit stops. And Giancarlo will be coming around to the pit road entry. We'll see, does he pit here or does he extend his fuel mileage even further? You know he has not been saving fuel at all here. No, he does not come to pit road. There is Sorensen currently in second. Yuho in third. They're going to follow each other no matter what. Avery Walker does not come to pit road. Scott Nalawi comes to pit road this time as well. Perfect entry into pit road. Now, will Maximilian? He does not. Adam Barker, Mike Dulling, and Gregorio Caridi and the 8 car all there together. 8 car goes to pit road. Everybody else stays out. And now the battle, this is 6th through 9th place right now. Of course, these guys have not pitted. Adam Barker, since the early incident, has continued to make his way forward. And he is actually pulling away from Mike Dulling at the moment, just a little bit. Gregorio Caridi, the lone Mercedes in the field. He has held on to or stuck around the top 10 most of the day. Giancarlo does not pit. Yuho comes to pit road. Avery Walker is staying out. Will Sorensen come to pit road? Yes, indeed. Sorensen coming to pit road. And how Giancarlo is still out there. This is not a track that would be easy to save fuel at. Plus, he has been laying down some epic laps. Here comes Maximilian Gunther to pit road. 6th place, Adam Barker, and 7th place, Mike Dulling will be the next two. Do they come to pit road? No, they do not. Adam Barker does not. Mike Dulling does not. Gregorio Caridi does not. Jason Wahlberg hits pit road. Killer V will be the next car. Is the first car to have pitted. He's currently scored in 10th. He'll pick up several spots as they pass the start-finish line in pit road here. The top 6 have not pitted. I'm sorry, the top 5 have not pitted. Giancarlo, Avery Walker, Adam Barker, Mike Dulling, and Gregorio Caridi have not been to pit road. Everybody else has either been or is on pit road at the moment. I can't see them being able to stretch the fuel mileage much further than this, but time will tell. Especially a guy like Giancarlo, who is just marching away. Yeah, he must be running on fumes. Here he comes to pit road. Giancarlo finally to pit road. Now, Avery Walker in 2nd place. He's going to dive to pit road. Adam Barker, Mike Dulling, and Gregorio Caridi are the last 3 cars to pit. Adam Barker, will he come this time? Yes, he does. Mike Dolling to pit road. I cannot see. Yep, Gregorio is going to come to pit road. I couldn't see him staying out any longer. Giancarlo now back off pit road. He never lost the lead throughout the exchange of pit stops. And Yuho currently being scored in second. Now 14 seconds behind Giancarlo. Avery Walker comes off pit road in third place. He is 2 seconds behind Yuho. Killer V, the first car to hit pit road, now in fourth place. Scott Nalawi in fifth. Maximilian Gunther in sixth. Still waiting for the remainder of the field to get back out on pit road. McMullet McCready picking up some spots. Oh, I stand corrected. McCready has not been to pit road. I would expect McCready to come to pit road this time, but he is definitely stretching that fuel mileage as far as he can. I'd also expect to see him get that front end damage repaired this time. Meanwhile, Giancarlo out front continues to storm away. And let's take a look at his speeds as he goes around the track. As we're getting towards the end of the track, you see he's slowing down, coming to the bottom of the hill through the tight final section here. Back on the power. Fifth gear, 137 miles an hour, 138, and has to get out of it. Back on the power, out of turn number 2, the next straightaway. Smooth back onto the gas every time. $134, 135 miles an hour, the highest speed we've seen for Giancarlo so far. But I imagine going down the hill, we'll see a little bit more. Giancarlo managing to keep his speeds high through the corners. I think I need to have him run my GT3 races for me, because he definitely carries more speed than I do. Alright, through the horseshoe here at the back end of the track, down the hill, this is where we'll see him reach his top speeds. Right before he gets on the brakes, 130, 140, 148, almost 150 miles an hour before he has to get out of it. Obviously, being able to get back on the power is key here at Twin Ring Motegi. Interesting side note, NASCAR has actually ran here on the big oval. I don't remember exactly how many times NASCAR ran on the big oval, but I can't tell you, I got up in the middle of the night to watch the first one. Alright, Yuho currently in second, Avery Walker in third, Scott Nalawi in fourth, and Killer V now in fifth. And quick check on McMullet. He finally did come to pit road, now in 14th. Obviously got that front end repaired. We'll see if he can pick up any ground. He's 20 seconds back behind Ronnie, and he was the last car to hit pit road. First car to hit pit road, as we know, was Killer V. And while we have just a moment here, let me remind you, tonight you can come back at 7:30 Eastern. BRR Cup Series takes on Rockingham tonight followed by the Fast and Fun ARCA series. Tomorrow night we have a new league that we will be broadcasting at 7:30 Eastern. The Jones BS League. They'll be running the 34 Legends cars on some short tracks. Tomorrow night they'll be running it on the Irwindale Inner. And then they'll have the Wayland Mods on the Irwindale Outer Loop. So that'll be a lot of great racing. Irwindale, as we've seen in the past, puts on a great show. Then Tuesday night, the grand finale of the XCal Street Stock Series. Over 30 races complete, and coming into the last race, all one driver has to do is start the race, and he is the champion, plus a few big surprises. Thursday night, we'll have the John Paul Jr. Huntington's Disease Charity Race, the final event. There's still spots open. The winner of the race and the highest donor of the week gets a button box from Crazy Vet Fam. So definitely want to check that out if you're on iRacing. Check out the Facebook page. We'll be posting everything again this week, and you definitely want to show up for that one. Chance to win a button box? Yeah. And let's talk about Adam Barker real quick. He has been to pit road, as has everybody else. He is currently up to 6th. He started in 16th, had made his way into the top 10, then had an incident, went off track, and went backwards quite a ways. Now, here he is back up in 6th place, 4.9 seconds back from Maximilian Gunther, and that gap is closing ever so slowly. He's got 15 minutes left. All it's going to take is a single mistake from Gunther and him staying consistent. He might still pull off a top 5 here. And while mentioning that, 2 Audis. You got an Audi in 3rd and an Audi in 6th. So that recovery by Adam Barker showing that the Audis still have it. The only other Audi left in the field is McCready back in 14th. Then you've got the Lamborghini of Giancarlo, the BMW of Yuho, obviously the Audi of Walker, then the Porsches of Killer V and Maximilian Gunther, the Audi of Adam Barker, then the Lamborghini of Scott Malawi, Mike Dolling in the Ferrari, and looky there, Gregorio Caridi now into the top 10 in the Mercedes. First time we've seen a Mercedes in the top 10 this season and tonight. Oh, Ronnie had another incident. And that's that same spot we have seen a lot of guys struggle with tonight. Just getting in there. I mentioned earlier brake bias being moved back and could be part of the issue. Guys setting the brake bias a little too far back, trying to help with the rotation, but if you get on it wrong, it snaps the back end around. Great recovery by Ronnie though. And look at this. Gregorio in the Mercedes is pulling away from the 8 car. Gregorio's lead holding steady at 14.5 seconds. Yuho is 2 seconds ahead of Walker. Killer V is another 14 seconds back. It looks like we're starting to see things kind of settle in with how we might see the finishing order. But one we have to update is Adam Barker. Mentioned it a minute ago. He was 4.5 seconds behind Maximilian Gunther just a lap and a half ago. Now 3.5 seconds back. He is gaining quickly. His last lap time was 1.5 seconds faster than Maximilian. And there you see it. Barker consistently running faster and substantially faster than Gunther. Adam Barker definitely on the march. You're right, I may have been right about the Audi, as if we'd had a couple more survive and be in the field, they were definitely one of the fastest on track here today. And just for comparison, and just to look at it, Giancarlo up front and Yuho's matching speed. Yuho, one lap was 3 seconds faster, but Giancarlo just a bit more consistent. And Giancarlo about to put McMullet McCready a lap down. I think you're right. The early incident did cost Adam. I think he has a top 5, probably a top 3 finish car here. Paul Doling just had an incident. Coming through that final tight section, we've seen a couple of drivers have a similar incident coming through there today. Too much power on the rumble strips, goes around, hits that inside wall. We saw one go to the outside last time, trying to save it. And now Adam Barker trying to get around. Oh no! Paul Doling just bumped Adam Barker. Adam Barker on a march now. His chances for 5th may have just ended. Scott Nalawi slips by him as he tries to get back up to speed. Let's try and get a look at the car of Adam Barker to see if he's got any significant damage. Not anything significant there. Paul Doling obviously pulled off track there and looks like he might have gone to pit road. But heartbreak. Adam Barker was on such a charge. Looks like he should be able to recover and at least get 6th place back, but he was marching towards 5th place. So now the battle is on to see how much ground Adam Barker can make up here. He's got 9.2 seconds left to go. And you can see he is really pushing now. He is obviously driving angry. He is coming off the corners and kicking the back end around a couple of times there. Just pushing for everything that car has. Hopefully he doesn't push it too terribly hard. Gets a perfect line through there. He is 2 seconds back from Scott right now, and that gap is closing really, really quickly. 1.9, 1.8 now. 1.7, he's getting off, he is braking way, way later than Scott is into that turn. Avery Walker up in 3rd place. He has been steadily closing back down on Yuho. Yuho currently running in 2nd. They are now 1.1 seconds behind, and Avery is on the march. In pre-race, he mentioned the new VR he was not very confident with. I bet it's a different story when we talk to him after the race. Adam Barker, again, now he's lost a little bit of ground to Scott. Now 2.3 seconds back. What a heartbreak, being one of the fastest cars on the track, being one of the most consistent. A lap car sends him around. Now back to Avery Walker, as here this late in the race to have a battle in the top 3. These two battling for 2nd place. Saw a couple of these battles between Walker and Yuho at the end of the last season. Yuho came out of last season champion and looking to try and have some dominance here, but Giancarlo, man, he may be the driver to beat this season. Yuho managing to maintain a 1.2 second lead over Walker right now. Thank you for the follow, and everybody who shared and liked. Appreciate it, everybody. Giancarlo, 15-second lead now. It would take a big mistake by Giancarlo here for him to lose the lead at this point. Yuho in second. Avery Walker currently in third. Killer V in fourth. The battle for second is happening 18 seconds ahead of Killer V. Gunther now securely in fifth after the incident with Adam Barker. Scott Nalawi in sixth place and Adam Barker 2.1 seconds back. Can Adam close that gap and reclaim at least one position? Last time by, he was 8/100ths of a second faster. Take a look at their lap times. The last few laps, Barker has been faster. Then you see the lap 26, obviously, and lap 27, the incidents there. Lap 28, he was back on it. I imagine this time by he is a lot faster, because there comes Adam Barker out of the corner, just 1.6, 1.5 seconds behind. This is where Adam Barker, this portion of the track seems to be where Adam Barker can beat everybody. He gets out of that horseshoe and down into this section so much faster than everybody else. We talked last week about BMWs being the best on power, but it is pretty close between that and the Audi just has a little bit more power. Once that power gets laid down, he gains a lot of ground. Yuho managing to maintain his lead around 1 second now. Avery Walker has started chopping away at it. He's really sending it here. 4.5 minutes left. And Avery really closing in on Yuho on that lap. Adam Barker still trying to get back up there. Mike Dolan currently in 8th place. Gregorio Caridi, the lone Mercedes in the field, currently running in 9th. But he's got Jason Wahlberg and the 8 car right all over his back bumper. This could turn into an interesting last lap battle as well. These three have been at each other for quite some time. You can see the Mercedes, once it lays down the power, it pulls away. But it takes a little bit longer and it does not turn as well. You see it gets a push. The Lambo looks to the inside. Can't do anything once the power is laid down. It takes that Mercedes a little bit longer to lay down the power. Once it does, though, it is gone. You see him pull away down the straightaway. Even in the slipstream, the Lambo losing ground. Mercedes just so powerful. This battle is for 9th, 10th, and 11th. Yeah, you really do. That was heartbreaking for Adam. He has had a couple of different incidents, and just the recovery from the initial incident has been extremely impressive. But then to have a lap car send him around, that's heartbreaking. Glad to see he didn't lose a ton of ground here, and he might still get back to 6th place, but he had 5th place. He was on the march. He would have probably pulled 5th place. And did I see there is Scott Malawi missing his entire hood? I don't know what happened. Scott has hit something, and it has to have been after his pit stop, because he came off pit road with a hood. So something has happened. He's run into something. He has no hood, and unfortunately for him, Adam Barker now right behind him, and then right at the part of the track where Adam Barker excels. Down the long straightaway, down the hill. Will Adam Barker make the dive to the inside here? He gets into the corner way better. Through the S's, up off. Giancarlo still out in lead, having to deal with lap traffic continues. Back in 9th place, Gregorio Caridi in the Mercedes, still holding off Jason Wahlberg for the moment. Next time should be the white flag for Giancarlo. And Adam Barker is going to make the move now. Can't get there yet, but he's letting him know he is there. Oh, look at that power move. He gets back on the power so much faster than the damaged Lambo in front of him. Sets him up, dives to the inside. Adam Barker moves back to 6th place after multiple incidents. What a recovery he is having. Scott Nalawi probably ought to be careful about how close he is on the back bumper of Adam, to be perfectly honest. All right, back in 9th place. As time runs out, they should get the white flag this time. Giancarlo way out in front. He continues to lap cars. But the battle is on for 9th place. And look at this. The Mercedes has pulled away from this group. And where did Nick Sorensen come from? He has now gotten up here and gotten past the 8 car and looking for Jason Wahlberg. Giancarlo coming through on his final lap. Gregorio Caridi, currently in 9th place, has a little bit of a lead over Jason Wahlberg. But Nick Sorensen has come from nowhere, marched his way back up. He was quite a ways behind that group, but them battling gave him an opportunity to catch up. He slips by the 8 car for 11th place and now looking for 10th. Giancarlo coming through the final section of the track. Avery Walker has gotten past Yuho. Let's see how that happened. Oh, Yuho went off track and Avery Walker in the Audi slipped back by him. Move Yuho to 3rd. And Giancarlo takes the win. Avery will come home in 2nd place. Looks like Yuho will be 3rd, Killer V in 4th, Gunther in 5th. Adam Barker, what a day, and he recovers for 6th place. There is Avery taking the checkered. Yuho not far behind. After losing a little bit on that last lap, he comes home in 3rd. Killer V now coming to the line for 4th. Gunther coming through the final section in 5th. And here's an interesting fact. In the last couple of laps, Adam Barker After the incident with the lap car, was over 10 seconds behind. Adam Barker closed that gap down to 7.5 seconds in the last few laps. So great recovery again by Adam Barker. Had it not been for the issue, he easily would have taken 5th place. Adam comes home 6th, Scott Nalawi in 7th, Mike Dulling in 8th, Gregorio Caridi holding on to 9th, but Sorensen is right there. Jason Wahlberg and Sorensen going to drag race to the line. It's going to be Jason Wahlberg in 10th. All right, let's see if we can talk to a few of the drivers. I want to check one thing. What a finish. All right, let's see if we can get our winner. Giancarlo, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
Hey, man. Congratulations. What a dominant win.
Thank you, man. It was good fun. You know, for a while there, I thought Nick got into P2 and seemed to be chasing me down a bit, but I think him and Yuho started battling a bit. Kind of let me do my thing and just keep going.
You know, I was watching some of the lap times. You actually had the fastest lap of the race, and it was Yuho had the second fastest. You were still over 0.2 of a second faster a lap on y'all's fastest laps, but yours was probably the most consistent fast laps throughout the race.
I mean, that's great to hear. I think as I said before, you know, just racing the Lambo day in and day out really helps with that consistency, understanding how the car moves, and you know, as the tires kind of fall off, you really know how the car is going to react as the race progresses.
Well, it definitely has paid off, man. Congratulations. What a win.
Thank you very much, Doug.
All right, let's see here. Hey, Avery, it's Doug. You got me?
Yep, I got you.
How you liking the VR now?
Yeah, I was about to say, that was a very good result. I mean, I think the biggest thing I noticed being in VR is just consistency. I was really able to just settle in, run a line, and not make any mistakes. I think I got 1x the whole race, so pretty happy.
Yeah, and it came down. I mean, Yuho made the mistake with about a lap to go, and you managed to get by for second. Prior to that, you were actually the 3 laps beforehand, you actually started gaining on him again there at the end, where you said before the race you weren't 100% confident. Did this race really boost the confidence enough for you to push it harder?
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, I think a little bit of that was I was keeping it really smooth up until then, so I knew I had some tires left, and I was decided to try to get him at the end. And I got lucky with the mistake. I think without that, I don't think I would have gotten him.
Well, regardless, you come home in second place. Congratulations. What a great finish, man.
Yep. Thanks, man.
I'm going to see if I can get a hold of Adam Barker real quick.
Oh, come on. There's no brakes.
Hey, Adam, this is Doug. You got me?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Hey, we were cheering you on throughout that race, man. You had one heck of a run going. You would have taken 5th had it not been for the lap car, but the comeback, regardless of that, the comeback from the first issue was truly impressive.
Yeah, thank you. It was a good race. Unfortunately, I couldn't get here for most of the practice, so my qualifying was very poor.
Well, you had the bad qualifying. You managed to make your way up. Then you had the first incident, and you managed to make your way back up. Had it not been for that final incident with the lap car, you would have easily had 5th, and you were gaining so much. Even after the incident, you came back. You were 10 seconds back, and at coming to the line, you had already gained 3 seconds on the car in front of you. So that was a heck of a run there.
Yeah, I think I managed to keep my tires a little bit better than everybody else. I didn't seem to be pushing the car too hard, so It was good. It was good fun. It was a good race. Unfortunately, in the middle of it, I tapped Mike, so I waited for him, so that lost another like 10 seconds for both of us.
Well, yeah, we saw a ton of great sportsmanship out of everybody on track today, man. Heck of a run, and congratulations on the recovery. Hopefully next week you'll have a lot better luck.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, man. Good job.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, Adam Barker comes home 6th. You heard him say he was kind enough to let, after tapping Mike, letting him recover. We did see some awesome sportsmanship in the field today. Great job by everybody today. That was truly some impressive driving, and looking forward to seeing how the rest of this season goes. So don't forget to come back next Sunday morning. Don't forget to come back tonight, 7:30 Eastern. Watch some cup racing from Rockingham. That'll be, if it's anything like our truck race last night, that'll be extremely exciting. ARCA racing right after that. And tomorrow night, the new Jones BS League ought to be a ton of fun. If you saw last Monday night, you know, it was just awesome to watch those Legends cars and those mods go around the track. And a lot of familiar names in all of those leagues. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for talking to us, and I hope you guys had as much fun as we did calling this one. This was a great race. Y'all have a wonderful day.